Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about Nano DImension stock news, and we will also conduct some NNDM stock analysis. Then we will talk about Palantir stock, ticker symbol PLTR, and why you could buy the dip right now in PLTR stock. In this video, I will be giving both my price targets for NNDM stock and PLTR stock. But first, remember to like this video right now for NNDM stock or PLTR stock. Comment down below your price targets for PLTR stock or NNDM. Subscribe to the channel for more stock news, and let's make you some free money with Webull. Webull is a free brokerage app where you can buy and sell stocks, options, and cryptocurrencies. But right now, you can get 2 free stocks with Webull. You can get the first free stock, which can be worth anywhere from $2 to $250 for just creating an account. And you can get a second free stock, which can be worth up to $1,600 if you invest $100 or more on your first deposit. You will have a 1 in 100 chance of getting stocks like Facebook, Starbucks, or Snapchat, and you have a 1 in 50 chance of getting stocks like Google or Procter & Gamble. To get this offer, just press on the link in my description box down below, but do it quickly because this offer will not last forever. And without further ado, let's get into today's stories. As you know, Nano DImension has issued a stock offering worth $500 million at a price of $12.80 per share. And honestly, these offerings are very annoying and very unneeded at this point because NNDM stock is doing great and the company has $1.54 billion of cash. So there is no further need for dilution. Nano DImension's revenues are also lacking because they only had revenues of around $438,000 in the third quarter of 2020, and NNDM had a net loss of $20.7 million, along with a negative EBITDA of $3.4 million. However, this does not mean that NNDM stock is bad because we are waiting for the company's future value, not their current valuations. And the CEO addresses this point by saying this, and I quote, "We are not judging our success by quarterly revenues. That will come later." Basically, Nano DImension's CEO knows that the revenues are just starting to ramp up right now and that the company will be worth loads more in the future. But I do want you to be aware that currently NNDM stock trades at 100 times its 12-month sales ratio and 13x of its book value. Because the direct share offering is now closed, 39.1 million shares were issued, and it did raise them $500 million. And the company intends to use these proceeds for pursuing strategic opportunities and business acquisitions, which they keep telling us. But sadly, we have no news on that. With that being said, NNDM is still a good buy right now because it had a rank of 62, which means that it places higher than 62% of stocks. And this ranking takes into consideration news, financials, technical and fundamental properties, and company factors. And it displays a comprehensive ranking system compared to other stocks. My price target for NNDM still stands at $25, which means that profit taking should start at $24 to cover your initial investment costs. And you could leave the rest of your money in the stock if you plan to hold NNDM stock long term. Next up, we have Palantir stock, and boy, it's a great buy right now. I have a price target of $50 for PLTR stock, and this price target means that it's when I will start to take profits and cover my initial investment costs. Then I will leave the rest of my money into the stock for long-term gains. Lately, Palantir has been recovering from a 6-session sell-off of around 34%, but it recently rebounded today around 16%. But nonetheless, PLTR stock is still a great buying opportunity right now. For some reason, stock reporters who report on stocks hated on Palantir for no reason, especially recently, because Palantir's fourth quarter numbers came out less than expected, but overall the report was pretty great to me. PLTR's revenue grew by 40% year over year to $322.1 million, which beat the original estimate of around $300 million. Plus, Palantir's overall revenue growth also performed a whole percentage better than anticipated, but because some other investors anticipated even higher numbers, it caused a sell-off for literally no reason. Palantir also seems to have a great record of improving their number of contracts, revenues, and most of all their margins, specifically their gross margin, contribution margin, and their operating margin. This reliable increase in their margins indicate that Palantir and PLTR stock have plenty of upside left, and that they have a clear path to obtaining consistent profits in the long run. In the fourth quarter alone, Palantir signed 21 contracts that were each worth $5 to $10 million. Some of the notable contracts were with PG&E, BP, the United States Army, the US Air Force, the FDA, NHS, and IBM. Palantir also rose their average revenue per customer up 41%, and many of these contracts are decently long-term, so Palantir will have a reliable stream of income for the long run. At the time of this video, PLTR stock is worth around $28, making Palantir's market cap worth around $52.3 billion, with plenty of room to grow. Now, I do want to add that Palantir does have a very high price-to-sales ratio, but because PLTR plans to increase their sales by 30% each year, this stock could easily be worth $50. This recent dip provides a great opportunities for investors who missed Palantir's first big rally to get in now. Also, many 5-star analysts love this stock, and I quote, "Palantir delivered another strong quarter and guided up one quarter just as much. While some may lament the unchanged 2021 guidance, we view that as management balancing a relatively aggressive 5-year view with being sure to not overpromise near term. We believe that the modularization of the company's offerings has helped it land more broadly and likely will help it this year to seed future growth and look for the just announced IBM partnership to drive much stronger distribution in the commercial space." Recently, an analyst has raised their price target for PLTR stock from $50 all the way up to $27, almost another 100% increase. 2 other analysts say to buy PLTR stock, 1 says to hold it, and 4 say to sell it. However, a 5-star analyst says that PLTR stock is worth $40, but I personally still stand by my guns at a $50 price target, which is strange because the majority of the time I actually agree with the analysts. But what do you all think? Comment down below your price targets for NNDM stock and PLTR stock. Like this video right now for more stock news, updates, analysis, and price predictions. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see all of you in the next YT video.